Announcer bot is active. Benz Topa in T3 is first. Potato in T1 is second on hards. Benz Topa in Central Avenue is P2. Potato in Central Avenue is P2. Benz Topa in T6 is first. Luby from France in T3 is P2. Benz Topa in Strand Drive is first. "25 minutes remaining in the session." Luby from France in T8 is second. Clamway in Central Avenue is P4. Luby in Central Avenue is P6. Mickey Wiki in Lauderway is fourth. Luby in Strand Drive is P5. Parmesan from Germany in T12 is P2. Potato in T12 is P3. CL3MY is sixth. Luby in T7 is third. Parmesan from Germany in T11 is fourth. R1TZ0GV from Ireland in Central Avenue is P6. Luby in Lauderway is seventh. Kale 3MY in Lauderway is P3. Best lap is a 150.432. "20 minutes remaining in the session. Luby in T10 is seventh. R1T0GV in T1 is eighth. Potato in T9 is second. Best lap is a 146.273.2. The Raxo from Spain in Strand Drive is 6th. Bent's Topa in Central Avenue is 5th. Best lap is a 2:07.372. Mickey Wiki in Lauderway is 4th. Best lap is a 1:51.614. Parmesan in T7 is 1st. Best lap is a 1:43.702. Mickey Wiki in T11 is P4. Luby in Central Avenue is P9. Bent's Topa in T8 is 6th. Mickey Wiki is P5. The Raxo in T3 is P2. Best lap is a 1:44.937. Mickey Wiki in T12 is P5. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Potato in Strand Drive is P3. Theraxo from Spain in Sunset Drive is P2. Mickey Wiki in Strand Drive is P6. HMG from Poland in Central Avenue is P6. Best lap is a 151.602. CL3MY is fourth. Best lap is a 149.996. R1T 0GV in Strand Drive is sixth. Best lap is a 151.495. Ben's Topa in Strand Drive is eighth.
Parmesan in T13 is first.
Glem NY in Strand Drive is fifth. Parmesan in Lauderway is P1. Best lap is a 143.660. Pete from England in T7 is P10. HMG in Sunset Drive is seventh. Ten minutes remaining in the session. 4R1TZ0GV is P-5. CL3MY in T8 is fourth. Best lap is a 148.967. HMG in Strand Drive is P7. Best lap is a 149.942. Mickey Wiki in Lauderway is P6. Best lap is a 149.537. Vence Topa is P8. Ben Jabanana from Sweden in T3 is P11. Bence Topa in Central Avenue is P9. Luby in T10 is P10. Ben Jabanana in Strand Drive is 11th. Vence Topa in T9 is P10. Nicky Wicky in T12 is 8th.
Potato in Strand Drive is 3rd. Best lap is a 146.069.
Biszkoptowiec from Poland in T14 is P11. Five minutes remaining in the session. Pete is P9. Best lap is a 152.984. Biszkoptowiec is P13. Connor Potter from United Kingdom in T8 is P12. Parmesan in T9 is first.
CL3MY in Sunset Drive is P-6. Connor Potter in Central Avenue is 12th. Best lap is a 155.743. R1TZ0GV in T1 is 6th. Best lap is a 148.486. Lasses from Latvia in Central Avenue is P14. CL3MY in T10 is 7th. Ben's Topa in Central Avenue is 13th. Best lap is a 157.201. Viraxo is P2. Best lap is a 143.674. L3MY in T3 is 7th. Ben's Topa in Strand Drive is P13. Luby in Lauderway is P4. Best lap is a 146.682. Lazis from Latvia in T1 is P14. R1T0GV in Sunset Drive is 6th. Parmesan in Sunset Drive is P1. Connor Potter in Lauderway is 12th. Best lap is a 153.507. Luby in Strand Drive is 4th. Glasses in Sunset Drive is P-14. Luby in T11 is P4. Biskoptowiec is P10. The qualification session is at Chevrolet Detroit Belle Isle Grand Prix 2021 in Detroit, USA. The wind speed is 8 km/h from the south-southwest. Potato in Central Avenue is P4. Mr. Ralph Man from England in Central Avenue is 6th. Mickey Wiki in Central Avenue is P8. Benz Topa in Central Avenue is 8th. Parmesan from Germany is 12th. Tharaxo from Spain in T4 is 7th. Connor Potter from United Kingdom in T2 is P10. 4R1T0GV from Ireland in T2 is P11. R1T0GV is up 21.86 in T4. R1TZ0GV is up 22.80 in T7. R1TZ0GV is up 22.21 in Strand Drive. Luby from France is P14. Potato in Lauderway is P1 up 0.19. Potato is up 0.43 in T7. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Luby in Strand Drive is 11th, up 14.17. Luby is up 14.55 in Strand Drive. Mr. Ralphman in Strand Drive is 9th up 1.01. Mr. Ralphman improved as P8 with a 154.298, 0.8.024 off pole. Mickey Wiki in Sunset Drive is 7th. Mickey Wiki improved as P6 with a 150.768. 4.494 off pole. Thoraxo from Spain in T12 is P14, up 18.93. Parmesan in T14 is 15th. HMG from Poland in T13 is 6th up 0.26. HMG improved is P6 with a 149.405, 5.506 off pole. Mickey Wiki in T7 is P9 up 0.68. Connor Potter in Strand Drive is P11 up 0.46. Connor Potter improved his P8 with a 150.111, 6.212 off pole. Pete from England in T14 is 14th. Pete improved is P13 with a 151.715, 7.816 off pole. Parmesan from Germany in Sunset Drive is 2nd. Parmesan is provisional pole with a 143.631. HMG in T13 is P7 up 0.95. HMG improved is 7th with a 148.856, 5.225 off pole. Biskoptowiec from Poland in Sunset Drive is P12. Biskoptowiec improved is P8 with a 149.635, 0.6.004 off pole. Connor Potter is 12th. Connor Potter is up 0.24 in T11. Mr. Ralphman is 14th, 20 minutes remaining in the session. Parmesan is 1st. Parmesan is up 0.21 in T7. Parmesan is up 0.28 in T12. Parmesan is provisional pole with a 143.241. Mr. Ralphman in T5 is 14th up 0.36. Mr. Ralphman is up 0.39 in T7. Mr. Ralphman is up 1.13 in Strand Drive. Mr. Ralphman improved his 14th with a 151.907, 8.666 off pole. Luby in Strand Drive is P5, up 0.62. Luby is up 0.61 in T10. L3MY in Sunset Drive is 10th. Clem Improved is P8 with a 149.517. Luby in T14 is 5th. Luby Improved is 5th with a 147.121, 0.3.880 off pole. Lasses from Latvia in T10 is 11th up 0.28. Lasses is up 0.53 in Sunset Drive. Lasses Improved is P8 with a 149.156, 5.915 off pole. Clem Y in T8 is 9th up 0.40. Best lap is a 149.517, 6.276 off pole. CL3MY is up 0.76 in T12. CL3MY Improved is P7 with a 148.781, 5.540 off pole. Potato in Sunset Drive is P3. Potato Improved is P3 with a 144.612, 1.371 off pole. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Lizard 42K is 15th. Lizard 42K is up 0.04 in T9. Pete from England is P13, up 0.35. Benja Banana from Sweden in Central Avenue is P4. Best lap is a 146.635, 3.394 off pole.
10 minutes remaining in the session. Lizard 42K from Italy in Strand Drive is 15th up 229. HMG in T10 is 9th up 0.37. HMG Improved is 9th with a 148.559, 5.318 off pole. Lizard 42K is 15th. Lizard 42K Improved is P15 with a 155.523, 112.282 off pole. Thoraxo in Strand Drive is P2 up 0.54. Thoraxo is up 0.90 in T9. Thoraxo is up 1.76 in Sunset Drive. Thoraxo Improved is P2 with a 143.770, 0.529 off pole. Pete in T13 is P11, up 1.06. Pete Improved is P8 with a 148.464, 0.5.223 off pole. Connor Potter in Strand Drive is 12th up 1.25. Connor Potter is up 1.31 in T8. Connor Potter is up 1.45 in T12. Connor Potter Improved is 12th with a 149.257, 6.016 off pole. Potato is P3.
Best lap is a 1:44.612, 1.371 off pole. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Theraxo is second. Theraxo is up 0.18 in T3. Theraxo is up 0.29 in T6. Lizard 42K in Strand Drive is P-15, up 0.16. Theraxo in Strand Drive is P2 up 0.24. Theraxo is up 0.31 in Strand Drive. Lizard 42K is P15. Lizard 42K improved is P15 with a 155.315, 12.074 off pole. HMG in T12 is 10th up 0.55. HMG improved is 7th with a 147.613, 4.372 off pole. Connor Potter in Strand Drive is P12 up 0.21. Connor Potter is up 0.44 in T9. Connor Potter is up 0.68 in T13. Connor Potter improved as P9 with a 148.305, 5.064 off pole. HMG in Strand Drive is P7, up 0.68. HMG improved as P6 with a 147.037, 3.796 off pole. Theraxo is P2 up 0.13. R1TZOGV in T11 is 7th up 0.13. Theraxo from Spain in T10 is P2 up 0.14. Bishkop Toviets in T5 is P13. Best lap is a 149.604, 6.363 off pole. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Pete is P11. Pete is up 0.44 in T7. Bensei Topa in T9 is 16th, up 1.01. Bence Topa is up 1.14 in Sunset Drive. Pete in T1 is P11. 4R1TZOGV in T14 is P7. Connor Potter in T10 is 9th. Best lap is a 148.305, 5.064 off pole. Thoraxo in T2 is P2. Connor Potter is 9th. The race session is at Chevrolet Detroit Belle Isle Grand Prix 2021 in Detroit, USA. The wind speed is 12 km/h from the north. Parmesan is P1. Theraxo from Spain is second. Potato is P3. Luby from France is fourth. Benja Banana from Sweden is P5. HMG from Poland is sixth. Benja Banana entering the pits is 28th. 20 minutes remaining in the session race start. Parmesan is second. Theraxo in T2 is second. Benja Banana exiting pits on hards. Potato in Central Avenue is third. Theraxo in T4 is second. Potato is third. Theraxo in Strand Drive is second. Luby in T7 is fifth. Theraxo in T11 is P2. R1TZ0GV from Ireland in Strand Drive is P6. Theraxo in T14 is second. R1TZ0GV in T1 is sixth, 0.6 behind Luby. Theraxo in Central Avenue is P2. Best lap is a 150.154.937 off the fastest lap. 4R1TZ0GV in T4 is P-6, 0.8 behind Luby. Theraxo in Strand Drive is P2. R1TZ0GV in Strand Drive is 6th, 0.8 behind Luby. Theraxo on lap 2 is second, 0.8 behind Parmesan. Luby is 5th, 0.9 behind HMG. Theraxo from Spain in Sunset Drive is P2, 0.7 behind Parmesan. Luby in T14 is P5, 1.1 behind HMG. Theraxo in Central Avenue is P2, 0.1 behind Parmesan. Theraxo passed Parmesan for first. Parmesan from Germany is second, 0.3 behind Thoraxo. Luby in Lauderway is fifth, 0.9 behind HMG. Parmesan in Strand Drive is second, 0.4 behind Thoraxo. Luby in Strand Drive is sixth, 0.8 behind 4R1TZ OGV. Parmesan in T10 is second. Best lap is a 144.196, 0.188 off the fastest lap. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Luby is sixth. Parmesan in T14 is second. Luby in T14 is sixth. Parmesan in Central Avenue is second, 0.1 behind Thoraxo. L3MY in Central Avenue is P7, 1.0 behind Luby. Parmesan in T6 is second, 0.3 behind Thoraxo. Luby is sixth, 1.0 behind 4R1TZO GV. Parmesan in T8 is second, 0.4 behind Thoraxo. Luby in T7 is sixth, 0.9 behind 4R1TZ OGV. Thoraxo in T13 is second, 0.1 behind Parmesan. Luby is P6, 1.0 behind 4R1TZ0GV. 4R1TZ0GV was 2.1 faster last lap. Thoraxo in Central Avenue is P2, 0.3 behind Parmesan. Lasses from Latvia in T1 is P11. Best lap is a 149.116, 5.108 off the fastest lap. Lizard 42K entering the pits is 16th. Lakiz is now P10. Thoraxo is second. Mr. Ralphman from England is 9th, 1.0 behind Pete. Thoraxo on lap 5 is second, 0.3 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in Strand Drive is 9th, 0.9 behind Pete. Thoraxo is P2, 0.4 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman is 9th, 0.9 behind Pete. Thoraxo in Central Avenue is second, 0.6 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in Sunset Drive is 9th, 1.0 behind Pete. Thoraxo in Lauder Way is P2, 0.6 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in Central Avenue on lap 6 is 9th, 0.9 behind Pete. Thoraxo from Spain in Strand Drive is P2, 0.5 behind Parmesan. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Mr. Ralphman is P9, 0.8 behind Pete. Thoraxo in Strand Drive on lap 6 is P2, 0.6 behind Parmesan. Lizard 42K exiting pits. Mr. Ralphman is P9, 1.0 behind Pete. Thoraxo in Central Avenue is P2. Best lap is a 143.744, .354 off the fastest lap. Mr. Ralphman in Sunset Drive is P9, 0.9 behind Pete.
Thoraxo in T5 is 2nd,
0.5 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in Central Avenue is P9, 0.9 behind Pete. Thoraxo from Spain in Strand Drive is 2nd, 0.4 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in T5 is 9th, 0.7 behind Pete. Thoraxo in Strand Drive is P2, 0.4 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in Strand Drive is 9th, 1.0 behind Pete. Thoraxo in T2 is 2nd, 0.3 behind Parmesan. Benja Banana in T12 is P7, 0.8 behind CL3MY. Thoraxo in T4 is P2, 0.2 behind Parmesan. Benja Banana in Central Avenue is 7th, 0.3 behind CL3MY. Thoraxo from Spain in Strand Drive is P2, 0.4 behind Parmesan. Luby entering the pits is P12. CL3MY in Lauder Way is 7th, 1.2 behind Benja Banana. Thoraxo in T11 is 2nd, 0.5 behind Parmesan. CL3MY in Strand Drive is 7th, 1.0 behind Benja Banana. Benja Banana was 3.4 faster last lap. Theraxo in T1 is P2, 0.5 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in T10 is ninth, 0.7 behind Pete. Theraxo in T3 is second, 0.6 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman from England is P9, 0.7 behind Pete. Theraxo in Strand Drive is second, 0.8 behind Parmesan. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Mr. Ralphman in Central Avenue is P9. Best lap is a 147.768, 4.378 off the fastest lap. Theraxo in T11 is second, 1.1 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in Strand Drive is ninth, 0.5 behind Pete. Theraxo in T1 is P2, 1.2 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman from England in T9 is ninth, 0.7 behind Pete. Theraxo in T3 is second, 1.2 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in Sunset Drive is ninth, 0.3 behind Pete. Theraxo in Strand Drive is P2, 1.0 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in Central Avenue is ninth, 0.1 behind Pete. Theraxo in T10 is P2, 1.0 behind Parmesan. Pete from England in Lauderway is ninth, 0.3 behind Mr. Ralphman. Mr. Ralphman was 0.6 faster last lap. Lizard 42K entering the pits is P16. Theraxo in T2 is second, 1.2 behind Parmesan. Pete is ninth, 0.4 behind Mr. Ralphman. Theraxo from Spain is P2, 1.3 behind Parmesan. Pete in T1 is P9, 0.3 behind Mr. Ralphman. Theraxo in T10 is second, 1.2 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in Lauderway is ninth, 0.3 behind Pete.
Tharaxo in Central Avenue is P2, 1.6 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman in T8 is 9th, 0.6 behind Pete. Tharaxo in T6 is P2, 1.3 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralphman is P9, 0.4 behind Pete. Tharaxo in T8 is 2nd, 0.2 behind Parmesan. The leader has just finished the race. Parmesan finished first. Tharaxo finished P2. Biskuptoviets finished P14. Topa finished P15. Potato finished 3rd. HMG finished 4th. 4R1TZ0GV finished 5th. Benja Banana finished P6. Clemmy Y finished P7. Pete finished P8. Mr. Ralphman finished P9. Lakiz finished 10th. Connor Potter is P11. Connor Potter from United Kingdom finished P11. Luby finished P12. Mickey Wiki finished 13th. Benja Banana finished P6. Benja Banana finished P6.
The race session is at Chevrolet Detroit Belle Isle Grand Prix 2021 in Detroit, USA. The wind speed is 4 km mph from the west-northwest. Bent's topper is P1. Biszkuptowiec from Poland is second. Mickey Wiki is P3. Luby from France is fourth. Connor Potter from United Kingdom is fifth. Lotsis from Latvia is P6. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Bent's Topa is P1. Luby in T2 is third. Lasses in Central Avenue is second. Mr. Ralphman from England in T3 is P3. Lasses in T5 is P2. Mr. Ralphman in Strand Drive is P3. Losses in Strand Drive is second. Lasses lost P2 to Mr. Ralphman. Thoraxo from Spain is fifth. Lasses in Strand Drive is P3. Pete from England in T13 is P5. Lasses is P3, 0.2 behind Mr. Ralphman. Pete from England in Central Avenue is fifth, 0.3 ahead of 4R1TZ, 0GV. Lasses' third best lap is a 1:59.900, 2.534 off the fastest lap. For R1TZOGV from Ireland in T4 is P7, 0.4 behind Pete. Thoraxo is fourth, 0.4 behind Lakeys. Thoraxo passed Laces for third. Latsis from Latvia in Strand Drive is fourth, 0.1 behind Thoraxo. Thoraxo on lap 2 is P3, 0.8 behind Mr. Ralphman. Lasses in Strand Drive is fourth, 1.1 behind Thoraxo. Thoraxo in Sunset Drive is P3, 0.2 behind Mr. Ralphman. Thoraxo passed Mr. Ralphman for P2. Mr. Ralphman in T2 is third, 0.3 behind Thoraxo. Pete in Central Avenue on lap 3 is P5, 0.3 behind McKiz.
Tharaxo in T4 is second, 0.2 behind Biskuptoviets.
Tharaxo passed Biskuptoviets for P1. Biskuptoviets in Strand Drive is second, 0.8 behind Tharaxo. Tharaxo was 3.5 faster last lap. Pete in Strand Drive is fifth, 0.2 ahead of 4R1TZOGV. 15 minutes remaining in the session. 4R1T0GV in T8 is sixth, 0.5 behind Pete. Pete in T11 is P5, 0.5 ahead of 4R1TZ0GV. 4R1TZ0GV in T13 is P6, 0.5 behind Pete. Pete is P5, 0.4 ahead of 4R1TZ0GV. R1TZ0GV in Central Avenue is sixth. Best lap is a 1:49.412, 4.294 Oz the fastest lap. Parmesan from Germany in Central Avenue is P9, 0.5 behind Benja Banana. Parmesan is now P8. Mr. Ralph Mann on lap 4 is P3, 0.9 behind Biskuptoviets. Benja Banana from Sweden in Strand Drive is P8, 0.2 behind Parmesan. Mr. Ralph Mann in T7 is third. Best lap is a 1:49.960, 4.842 off the fastest lap. Parmesan is P9. Mr. Ralph Mann in T12 is third, 1.0 behind Biskuptoviets. R1TZ0GV in T12 is P8, 0.7 behind Benja Banana. Mr. Ralph Mann is third, 0.7 behind Biskuptoviets. R1TZGV in T2 is P8, 0.2 behind Benja Banana. Mr. Ralph Mann in T4 is P3, 0.2 behind Biskuptoviets. Mr. Ralph Mann was 0.9 faster last lap. HMG from Poland in T5 is 5th, 0.9 behind Pete. Mr. Ralph Mann in Strand Drive is third, 0.2 behind Biskuptoviets. R1TZ0GV in Strand Drive on lap 5 is P8, 0.5 ahead of Potato. Mr. Ralph Mann on lap 5 is third, 0.5 behind Biskuptoviec. HMG in Strand Drive is P5. 4R1TZ0GV in T12 is 8th, 0.6 ahead of Potato. Pete in T2 is 3rd, 0.7 behind Biskoptoviets. Pete was 1.9 faster last lap. 4R1TZ GV in Central Avenue is 7th, 0.5 ahead of Potato. 4R1 TZ0GV lost P7 to Potato. Pete from England in Lauder Way is 3rd, 0.3 ahead of HMG. 10 minutes remaining in the session. HMG in Strand Drive is P4, 0.6 behind Pete. Pete in Strand Drive is 3rd, 0.7 ahead of HMG. HMG in T8 is P4. Best lap is a 1:47.292, 3.119 off the fastest lap. Potato in T10 is 7th, 1.1 behind Benja Banana. Pete in Sunset Drive is P3. HMG from Poland is P4, 1.0 behind Pete. Pete in Central Avenue is 3rd, 0.6 behind Biskoptoviets. HMG in T3 is 4th, 0.8 behind Pete. Pete from England in Lauder Way is P3, 0.3 behind Biskoptoviets. HMG in Strand Drive is 4th, 0.5 behind Pete. Pete in Strand Drive is P3, 0.5 ahead of HMG. HMG on lap 7 is P4, 0.3 behind Pete. Pete in Strand Drive is P3, 0.3 ahead of HMG. HMG in T13 is P4, 0.3 behind Pete. Pete is 3rd, 0.5 behind Biskoptoviets. HMG in Central Avenue is P4, 1.0 behind Pete. Pete from England in T3 is P3, 0.2 behind Biskoptoviets. HMG in Lauder Way is 4th, 0.4 behind Pete. Pete in T6 is 3rd, 0.1 ahead of HMG. Pete is now P5. Benja Banana in Strand Drive on lap 8 is P3, 0.1 ahead of Potato. Potato in T8 is P-4.3 behind Benja Banana. Benja Banana in T11 is third, 0.2 behind Biskoptovieks. Potato is fourth, 0.5 behind Benja Banana. Lasses in T14 is sixth, 0.7 ahead of HMG. Benja Banana in Central Avenue is P3, 0.1 behind Biskoptovieks. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Benja Banana is now P2. Benja Banana lost second to Potato. HMG is sixth, battling Lasses. Biskoptoviets is P9, 1.1 behind CL3MY. HMG in T7 is sixth, 0.5 ahead of 4R1TZ0GV. R1TZ0GV in T10 is P7, 1.1 behind HMG. Benja Banana in Sunset Drive is P3, 1.0 behind Potato. HMG in T14 is P6, 0.8 behind Lakiz. Biskoptoviets in T12 is P9, 1.0 behind CL3MY. HMG in Central Avenue is 6th, 0.7 ahead of 4R1TZ0GV. R1TZ0GV is 7th,
1.2 behind HMG. HMG is P6, 0.2 behind Lackeys. For R1TZ0GV in Strand Drive on lap 11 is 7th, 0.8 behind HMG. HMG in T7 on lap 11 is 6th, 0.6 behind Lackeys. For R1T0GV in T10 is 7th, 1.0 behind HMG. HMG in T12 is P6, 0.4 behind Lackeys. Biskuptoviec in T12 on lap 11 is 9th, 0.9 behind CL3MY. For R1TZOGV in T2 on lap 12 is 7th, 0.4 behind HMG. Biskuptoviec in Central Avenue is 9th, 0.8 behind CL3MY. For R1T0GV is 7th, 0.3 behind HMG. The leader has just finished the race. Tharaxo finished first. Potato is P2. Potato finished second. Benja Banana finished third. Lizard 42K finished 13th. Pete finished P4. Lackeys finished 5th. HMG finished P6. For R1TZOGV finished P7. Biskuptoviec finished 8th. CL3MY finished P9. Mr. Ralphman finished 10th. Mickey Wiki finished P11. Luby finished 12th.